Hello and welcome to episode 3 of our Eduz-Vacyn campaign. In the last episode, we went to war with Zaka and we were able to, through a quite painful war, might I add, be very successful. And we have taken a bunch of land back that we needed, including one of our cores and a bunch of new things, some of which we need to hand off to our vassal because I don't personally want to core them, but it went pretty well. We're out of manpower though, and we are currently building up more troops to try and defeat the particularists that have risen up, because we are really just out of everything, except for a little bit of cash here. And I will hire let's go for the national tax, make a little bit more money. I mean, we are still making most of our money from tax, so that will be pretty good. As for what I want to hand off, I want Eduz-Vacyn to have this province and this province, and I will core up the rest. Now, for a mission, we do end up needing this, but I did not take it when the time was correct, and that's just what we're gonna have to deal with. Speaking of missions, we have a brand new mission tree. We have replaced our old one, and this is now what we're left with, and I'm honestly not sure what it says because I've not looked at it yet, so let's do so. It seems that we need to own all Desert Elf provinces. Okay, they're all over there, so that's gonna take another war. Eduz-Vacyn needs to be 20 development, which, as people pointed out, I did not actually develop my capital. I developed the province next to it. So we're going to have to do some development to get our capital up to a higher development, which is fine. We do need these two provinces as well, and then all provinces here. So we really just have to wait for our Zaka truce to be done. That is what we're kind of just waiting for, unless I can find a convenient time to go to war with Sarient. In order for that to happen, I need to go ahead and create a spy network. And if their homies and allies ever decide that they don't want to join, then we will take advantage of that. We're not going to be taking any ideas, and we are not going to be developing right now. We are, in fact, going to be sitting here and doing absolutely nothing, except for maybe building a couple of buildings when the time comes. All right. Unfortunately, they do occupy this. There's not all too much that I can do about that. Irlium goes and takes a bunch of stuff from Tluct. That is a rather large threat against us, I will not lie. Yeah, I don't really like that. I may need to ask my friends in Alizna to join us in a war here against the elves of Irlium, because, well, that's not good. Because Irlium, while they are friendly right now, they will eventually flip to hostile. The only person that I really have a problem with fighting is Faramar, because they also have a powerful mage, and while we do have a powerful mage general right now, I don't really want to risk him dying. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. We have him, so now may be the best time to use him. But, well, I have no manpower, and we don't have a lot of money. So I think we're just going to have to chill out here a little bit. We are in the middle of a religious incident, this one being the death of Tarios. The ruler of Irlium, Tarios, used to be kind of the person who was in charge, essentially, of our religion, and he has died. And so now we're trying to decide where we're going to take the religion. And the last debate was about if the elves should lead the faith or if that humans can also lead the faith. We were part of the 28.5% that believe that the chosen should lead the faith because we're going ultra zealous, and 71% that think that it is perfectly fine that humans can also lead. Why is this not being undone? Factions of the Temple influence Kashra. I kind of want to catch up on the mill tech. Yeah, let's go for the mill power. That'll work. There we go. It's unsieged. I would like to lower autonomy in some provinces here if we could. I can also throw down a thing here, so let's do that. A holy order. Accusations. All right, so it begins. The Call of Zanbar narrowly escaped an assassination attempt a few days ago. Worryingly, our informants claim that some kind of evidence linking the perpetrators to us was discovered. Of course, we have taken no part in it, but even if Zanbar is not certain of authenticity of the evidence, they have become extremely suspicious of us. We gain 25 distrust towards Zanbar. So this is going to lead us down a path to the next religious incident where we're going to have to do some 1v1 wars against pretty much everybody. So we're going to have to be ready for that, because if we're not, we're going to have a very bad time. Now, I think, if I remember correctly, it will also lower the trust with our vassal, which is not good because that will make them more disloyal. Something to keep in mind. Election of a Kashra. So this Kashra is dead. We need to choose a new one. One base production, the Eduz-Vacyn area, or just straight up 100 Diplo points. I like the idea of 100 Diplo points. 333. All right, can't complain. Cannot complain about 333. Eliza wants knowledge sharing. We will accept that. Need to pay for my troops. And my force limit is currently 15, so I should probably build up to it. The third debate, the treatment of heretics. The tolerance of heretics in the new Sun cult is another matter that has been largely left up to individual leaders to decide upon. This can be dangerous, however, when one lord believes that they must be persecuted at all costs, and another is willing to tolerate them in their city. This often leads to wars between otherwise peaceful, Suriel-respecting neighbors. We should use this opportunity to decide what to do with heretics in Bulwar and beyond, so that when the time comes, all know the correct path and no one can complain about how they were handled. I did say that we were going to go for the more zealous option. Obviously, it's a little bit more reasonable to go for do everything to bring back into the light, right? It also gives us missionary strength, which is really nice. But we're going full out zealousness, which means we are going to track them down, hang them, execute the heretics. That's going to be +1 tolerance of the true faith and -2 tolerance of heretics. Go 1468. Returning surrounding refugees. The lands that have been occupied by the nolls for so long are now no longer in their control, which allows for the return of the surrounding people to the land they fled from so long ago. Groups of them have been spotted trying to return home. This has caused some stir. Should we allow them to return to their lands? I think yes, because it's going to convert the religion, or it's going to definitely convert their culture. It might convert the religion. Welcome back. The province will gain development and build a human population over time. The culture and religion will change after human majority is present in the province. The devastation will increase. Or, the event will no longer fire for this province, but instead we gain -5% dev cost. Sure, we'll let them back in. It will make them a culture that we can accept easily, and also it will flip the religion, which is what we want. Preferably. Okay, let's go deal with these guys. Very nice. Alright. Varmhar is offering an alliance. I will accept that. Simply because can't hurt. And Bersardenchis would probably be my preferable other ally, but it's not going to happen. I mean, I could ally Irlium here. Couldn't claim that. Now, we do have a truce with Sarian, because we were allied. So, 1463, that's up. I think we want to be careful doing that, though. We may want to just make sure that we are ready to fight in the next incidents, because if we're not, we could have a very bad time. As for the Daya, I could build a temple there, wherever that is. And I do have the encouraged dev here. So I'm just going to go ahead and get it up to 20 development. I don't actually want to expand infrastructure, but I can now complete Restore the Temple. After the failure of the surrounding rebellion in the early 1444, Zaka mobilized his hordes and ransacked the temples of Vacyn. Now that his demonic hordes have been defeated, it is time to start the reconstruction of our city. The old city of Vacyn contains several temple complexes, the most important being Eduz-Hamura and Eduz-Burnamad. The latter, built in the centuries after the Day of Ash and Skies, was badly damaged by demon fire, and many of the paintings and murals that given the temple its name were stolen or reduced to ashes. While we may never recover what we lost, we can ensure that the building itself is taken care of, preparing its walls with the hands of new artists willing to depict the radiance of Suriel. Our province gets a conditional modifier, +1 tolerance of the true faith. Pretty good. And now we literally just need to wait for our truce with Zaka to be over. Which kind of sucks, because that's not until 1472. Results of the third debate. 40.7% agreed with us, saying that the heretics cannot be saved. 55.5% say it's our duty to help guide them back to the light. And 3.7% say they have no consequence. So unity is increased because some countries are following Irlium's lead. Unity is increased because some countries have similar opinions. I'm not exactly sure what the unity means, to be honest with you, even if I've done these a couple times. I don't know if you lose enough unity, it ends early or something. I don't know. I could try and break Elisna's alliance with Sariand here. Ooh. If we could do that, we could get an easy war off of Sariand. Calling in Lake Varamhar. Oh, I can almost full state this. Wex is declaring war. Is Wex not the Emperor? No, Wex is the Emperor, but Wex is going crazy. They have a Stalin as a personal union, and now they're going after Leslampar? Interesting. The fourth debate, the stance on nolls. Nolls, the demon-spawned monsters of a bygone age that linger still in the deeper deserts and hills of Sarhal and Bulwar. Once, they reigned over humankind, enslaving them and oppressing them, though it is said that before the Jazabine came, many of the human cities prospered under nollish rule. That prosperity still came with heavy taxes and the knowledge that the money came from the exploitation and enslavement of humans. After the Jazabine, of course, things in Bulwar were nightmarish. Though she was eventually defeated, nollish warlords would go on to ravage Bulwar in constant fights and raids for power and slaves. Everything changed when Jaher Ta Diren Hiria arrived in 1001 AA and began his liberation of Bulwar and the lands beyond. The Sun Cult named him Suriel Reborn, after he banished the nolls from our lands and freed the human cities from their oppressive yoke. But the nolls of today are not the nolls of the past, and we must decide what is to become of them. Well, to be fair, Zaka did raze our city to the ground, kind of. They looted our sacred temple, and I think that means they're the spawn of demons who enslaved the land for centuries. All must die. Leaders of Earlium advocate for this. Usually I go for the misguided creatures one, just because it's very nice to get that very large tolerance increase, but for the roleplay of it, we'll be a little bit more brutal. Still a temple there. I might want to build a fort on my capital too. Not the greatest fort in the world, but still a nice one. And we do want forts here as well. Zaka declared war on Shirosam. Reconquest. Oh, hey. How you doing? Didn't realize you were alive. I do want the Diplo power. We can get rid of the encouraged development edicts. We don't need those. We can take Diplotech. We're going to take Miltech here soon. I do wonder how these guys popped out, actually. Looks like Davharol popped them out. Assassination attempts. An assassination attempt was narrowly thwarted by our Kashua's vigilant guard. Our Kashua did not escape completely unscathed, however. We are not certain who the culprit is, but our investigators turned up some rather compelling evidence that points towards Elisna. A dagger with their crest in the pommel was discarded near the scene, with some of the Kashua's blood still on it. Those bastards will pay for their attempt on the Kashua's life. So we can spend money to try and save this person's life, or I could not. And the tension in Bulwar will increase by a large amount. I don't actually care if this person dies, so yeah, it doesn't matter to me. Since we're a theocracy, I don't really need to keep them alive. How are we making 6 ducats a month? Are we really making that much from tax? I mean, we're getting 0.46 from more reps. 1.83 from knowledge sharing. We're just making a lot from trade. We're actually able to kind of control our trade here a bit, which is nice. And with stating this up, we're making even more. And as for this, I mean, I kind of just want to put more Diplo points into it. Actually, no, I don't. No, I definitely don't. Look at all these trade goods. Grain, 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 cows. We want the local manpower plus 20%. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. That is definitely the correct move there. Even though this is the center of trade, I think that's the right thing to do. Also, I can build a marketplace here and here. Get even more control over this node. Results of the fourth debate. 70% of people agree with us, saying that the nolls are demons and must be exterminated. Yeah, we control 3 of the centers of trade in our node. Thank you, Elisna, for the 28 ducats, by the way. Assuran rebels? Well, we are ready for them. Well, as ready as I'll be, I guess. And we're going to be lowering the autonomy everywhere. We need the value now, please and thank you. Alright, you're dealt with. Make sure that all of our troops are here. Embellishments of forts, 10 prestige or 5 devotion. Well, have max devotion. And our conscripts recover the wounds they suffered during the assassination attempt. Okay. That's fine. They're up to a 3-3-3 now. Can I turn them into a general, by the way? No, I cannot. That is unfortunate. I was kind of hoping they would die. I would not lie. Alright, the 5th debate. The Order of the Zenith. In times gone by, the Order of the Zenith was an elite military group with the Sun Elf cult. Or sorry, New Sun cult. Slip of the tongue there. But unlike the other inquisitorial orders, these did not answer to the inquisitorial college. Instead, they answered directly to Tarios and acted solely upon his will. These zealots were to scour Bulwark for heretics that did not believe the elves were Suriel's chosen. They were allowed free rein on how to deal with these individuals, which usually meant great spectacles of execution entirely outside the order of judges' remit. Their second, lesser-known task was to convince other Sun cult leaders to step in line with Tarios, keeping him and Irlium as a whole on top of the pile. With Tarios gone, however, they are floundering without direction. We must decide what is to become of them. So, the council will take charge. Their excessive zealotry is too much to handle, and they should be disbanded. Or, they were Tarios' left hand and shall be his descendants as well. No, I think we just give it to the council. We may be zealous, but that doesn't mean we want Irlium to just be the de facto rulers of all of Bulwark. Also, our truce with Tluk is up in 64. They have no allies. We'll probably try and sneak in a war there, if I had to guess. Making 9 ducats a month. 9.5. That's kind of crazy. Like, that's actually a kind of nutty amount of money to be making at the moment. And I am taking your trade, right? Oh, yeah. When can I go to war with you? We're still historical friends, by the way. I know that I, like, sacked his capital, but we are friends. So I could ally him if I wanted to. In fact, I should double check to see if we are. Wait, what do you mean by this? Well, as long as you don't have me actually accept the nolls, then we're fine. Own all surrounding provinces. Okay, well, we can start looking to integrating him then. We should probably start that sooner rather than later, to be honest. What do we got on here? Cows? Let's go ahead and do the local manpower modifier one. There's no reason not to use the Holy Orders. You need to own the entire state, and I believe it already all needs to be converted as well. But there is... Nope, it doesn't. Just kidding. It does not have to all be converted. I could get rid of the nolls the fast way. A tempting offer. We could he who the nolls and get rid of them. It would make other Knoll nations hate us, but last I checked, I don't really care. 48% say the council can handle their operations by now. That's only barely. 44% followed Irlium and believe that Tarios' descendants should control them. That's a little scary. The Order of the Zenith is available for everyone on the council, which is a mercenary company. What kind of benefits do they have? 10% infantry combat ability and 5% discipline. Not bad. Not bad. I mean, not the greatest of all, but... factions. Ooh. Temple power. Actually, we could look at Far Bulwar production. So provinces with copper, iron, and wool get 15% production efficiency. We have a very solid one of those. 2. Yeah, that's probably not worth it then. Yeah, we don't really want any of those. Dictates, can I do anything with this yet? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Well, in that case, I will take the... What temple power give again? Gives national tax. I will take that temple power. Thank you. I can also accept the nolls, but I don't think that's what we would do roleplay-wise, so I'm not going to do that. Eliaston will still join. Their trust will eventually drop and go away. The 6th debate, funding local festivals. From as far back as the early days of the old Bulwari Sun cult, it has been believed that generosity, friendship, inclusivity, and positivity are virtues which help us keep our hearts away from the darkness which Suriel is ever fighting against. And festivities have always been the people's favorite way of practicing those virtues. Until now, the best festivals and parties have been held by the richest countries with the most caring monarchs, as they are expensive and take great administration to organize. This is unfair to the common folk of other nations which cannot afford such luxuries. There is a call for decisions to be made on this matter. Festivals warm our hearts and help us fight the darkness. They should be funded by the church. We get +1 tolerance to true faith, but minus 10% national tax, which is a new sponsor, or a new, what do they call, privilege. Buying them some equipment should be enough. We get +1 tolerance to true faith until 1473. Or actually, festivals could be a good source of revenue for the church. And this will lower the chosen level, but we gain 10% more national tax. Well, I would like to choose that one. We will not. We will choose that the church self-fund it, which means that our income will drop. And I do want to seize land here, but I can get away with not having rebels if I'm just patient and wait. Actually, I can sell seas and solve the problem immediately. What do I want to do with the money? That is the question. I think we build a fort on our capital. And we build a... Well, we already have a fort on it, sure. We can upgrade our capital. We can expand the infrastructure there, too. Do I want to upgrade this? I need to develop it if I want to do that, so no, I will not. Don't really want to spend that right now. Okay, and if I wanted to annex you, it'll be done in 69. Nice. Start annexing away, please. You do not need to have them be independent. That is unnecessary. Plague. We can afford to spend money. It's fine. We're about to have some peasants. Let's move to Khufu in preparation. Results of the 6th debate. 45.8% of people think it should be funded by the church. 41% say that the church should make more money. We have gotten everyone to side with us on almost all of these. Well, I shouldn't say we've gotten everyone to side with us. They're not actually siding with us. They just happen to be agreeing with us. But you know what? I'll take it. If Elizna wouldn't join, we would absolutely thrash these guys. Like, it would not even be close. Which is very sad. Very, very sad. Oh, yeah, we have 22,000 troops. We have one of the largest armies in Bulwar now. 10, 19, 19, 9, 13, 9, 7, 3. I guess these guys technically count. 7, 4, 3. So we're looking pretty strong. The final debate, Jahair's nature. Jaharian Ta Diran Haria, or Jahair as he is known to us, was the elven liberator of Bulwar. The original sun cult named him Suriel Reborn, a god given earthly form on Halan. His conquest in the name of Suriel, his proper name, would serve only to reinforce this belief. Upon his assassination in 1127 AA, people's faith in him and his kind was shaken. How could a divine being simply be assassinated like a common general? The priesthood made a proclamation, then, that Jahair's divinity, as granted by Suriel, had passed on to his kin upon his death, making Sun Elves the chosen people of Suriel, and, as such, divine in their own right. There have, of course, always been people who think otherwise. Some maintain that no one could truly embody Suriel's majesty, and that only parts of his divinity are in the Sun Elves. Some believe that they are not divine at all, and simply share a connection to Suriel. As such a core tenet of our belief, it is vital that we have a unified opinion on this matter. Jahair, Suriel himself, reborn, will move us towards an increase to the Chosen's role level. He was a holy being who was inhabited by the soul of Suriel. This is what Early wants to think. And he was a mighty champion of Suriel acting according to his will, which will sharply move us towards lower Chosen role. No. Jahair was Suriel himself, reborn into elven form. We're going to provoke these rebels. And we're going to go fight Tlucht. No, I want to make sure we take Tech 6 on time. Oh, Elizna's thinking the same thing that I am. Elizna is thinking the exact same thing that I am. Alright, Elizna. Well, may the better man win. I really want to secure this trade node. is the thing. Yep, see, there goes Elysna. Give me those mill points. Yep, Eliza and I were both on the truce timer, ready to rock and roll. Now, what am I going to be able to snag away from Elysna here is the question. Looks like it's just going to be these 2 provinces down south. That's okay. Take what we can get. Dwarven cartels? Sure. I will take the tolerance of dwarves. Alright, we do get the center of trade, though, which is what's important to me. Meaning that when we do kind of move into the Golden Highway more, I'll have more trade power to pull up into the Sarian node. Alright, there we go. Take that. Give me your money. I'm not going to take your war reps because you're about to die. Give up your claims. Thank you very much. Now, this, while good, without a doubt, does give us a border with Nollikas, who right now is mega weak. I don't have manpower, but like... Yearly declared war on Zaka? Oh, for that. Okay. We're gonna go and say hello to Nollikas here, because they have a lot of development, so we can make some decent money off of this. Results of the final debate. 33% say that Shahir was to be Suriel himself. 66% say he was a divine herald. Nobody said he was a mighty champion. Let the decision be adopted across Bulwar. Unity greatly increased because an overwhelming majority of countries followed Iridium's lead. Unity increased because an overwhelming majority of countries have similar opinion. I don't know if that's true. There were a lot of 50-50 splits in there. But maybe they just swapped on which 50-50s they were on the side of. But so be it. We will accept what the council has decided. Here you go down here. Very risky since we're not going to have a lot of manpower here for any other incidents that may spawn, but there's only so much I can do, you know? Can only mitigate so many disasters. Sometimes you just gotta accept. Thanks, Ilium. Appreciate it. Sometimes you just have to accept that Ilium's gonna fight my rebels for me. And I like that. Now from you, I do want this province. Other than that, I just want money and war reps. The Council of Medurubar comes to a close. The final lesser debates have come to an end, and as the sun sets, great fires are lit across Medurubar, and an enormous festival begins in earnest. People dance and sing and eat and drink in happy unity with one another, knowing that forevermore the new sun cult will stand firm and together in their struggle against the darkness. With Iridium leading this council, most agree with their decisions in all the debates, ensuring their wisdom will continue to guide us theologically and to settle disputes and issues in a way that satisfies all involved. After an entire night of festivities and games, the sun rises on the delegations, leaving Medurubar to return to their respective nations, with priests and scribes carrying copies of the debate's minutes in tow to spread the good news to their homes and peoples. This marks the start of a new age for Bulwar, one of unity, strength through faith in Suriel. Let any who would challenge us now face the combined might of a unified Bulwar, ready to face the darkness and push it back from whence it came, whatever it may be and wherever it may have come from. May Suriel's light guide us all to salvation. Keep those fires burning all night, for we celebrate Suriel's glory. Yeah. And Uritim I stands in the cult. With the debates over, Kashra Uritim I has been seen as a moderate among the delegates, never arguing too vehemently nor giving in too easily. He tried to bring the discussions towards the idea that we can bring others into the light of Suriel without the need to destroy or conquer them. I don't know if we were reading the same things here, but that's not what we chose. This was not a popular opinion among all present, but it was one held by many at the council. Our rulers determined, however, to ensure that the non-believers in this land will be cared for and made to see the light of Suriel. Yeah, that is not what happened. But maybe it's because our ruler died in the middle of it. But I legitimately don't think we could have chosen anything more zealous. Like, we chose the sharply increase to our chosen role every time. Literally. Every time. Also, these guys are going to give up here in a moment. There we go. Take those. Our truce with Theoden is over. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to grab this because Sarian did. Still a little bit peeved about that. Won't lie. Eduz-Vacyn. Where's that? Right here? Not a center of trade. I'm not building that there. At least one mercenary company. That will do. We'll probably be hiring some mercs here at some point. There we go. He slipped to medium. He's still not willing to peace out, though. I mean, I find that kind of hard to believe. Oh, he has 19,000 troops. The heir of Escobar was kidnapped a few months ago. Our informants claim that some kind of evidence linking us to the perpetrators was discovered. 25 distrust lost. There we go. He slipped to low. Give me your money. Give me your war reps. I literally don't care about anything else. Oh, we had to hire the mercs during that war? Oh, my bad. That's weird. That's a weird one. Didn't realize that. My bad. We can upgrade our cavalry units. The Akal Shesi Eshraka. Armored heavy cavalrymen from Akal Shes. The Eshraka carry the same weapons as the Anahalapti, another unit of Akal Shesi origin, but they act primarily as cavalry archers, softening the enemy formation with arrow fire before charging. Their name reflects their organization as they fight divided in groups of 20 riders. Cool. Alright, well, let's make our way back up here. I'm actually going to... How loyal are our dudes? Okay, we'll wait for them to become loyal again so I can develop this and upgrade this center of trade. We're looking at like we're in a pretty good spot right now. We do still have to wait for that Zaka truce to expire in 72. So we're going to have to find some other things to do while we wait. We may fire off another religious incident. We may find a good opportunity to go to war with Syrian. We will be able to do 1v1 wars against these guys at some point, and we need to be ready to expand when that happens. So a little bit slower of an episode today, but we did get through that incident. And though the game doesn't seem to think so, we definitely showed how zealous we were going to be. Let me know what you think we should do with the nolls. Should we get rid of the nolls, if you know what I'm saying? Make them go bye-bye? Or should we keep them and either accept them or... Well, I guess that's it. We either accept them or we don't accept them. Let me know in the comments what you think. But that is going to be it for today. I would like to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.